Hello. Hopefully you can hear me. Let's see. Hopefully you can hear me. Oh, now I got feedback. Oh, now I got feedback. There you go. Did that fixed it? Yeah, that fixed it. Okay, that should be good. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hello. Yeah, I got a little bit of echo there. Getting better at this. 929. Should be my personal record. All right. Let's see. Everything should. Everything looks fine. Okay. Cool. 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 All right. So I got this new pens, and I was actually looking for this ones, but I wasn't. Yeah, I couldn't get this ones, so I got this ones instead. We'll just battle test them right now. I was trying it out before. We'll see how it freaking behaves. Sometimes the ink. It seems like the ink changes from type of, like, each pen has a different type of ink on it. Slightly different, like different densities. And yeah, if you're really into illustration, as I've been for my whole life, well, you get a little bit picky about those things. I'm not saying it makes sense, but that's what I do. All right, let's see. Should be fine. Hmm. Well, I don't know. That that doesn't seem to be that good. Let's see. Maybe here. Hmm. I don't know, Rick. I don't know, Rick. Maybe I need to warm it up. Uh, is it a dud? I think I. Is it a mistake that I bought this? Hard to tell. Hard to tell right now. Hmm. Who knows? Huh. Can you actually see this? Let's turn this off. And it goes back. My app. This is so frustrating. I have no idea how frustrating this is. I've changed this camera I don't know how many times, and it keeps reverting back to whatever it decides. Well, mm, see, exposure. Is that it? No, no, wrong way. is it contrast? No, the contrast. Brightness. The saturation. No. It's the white balance. There's something definitely off, and oh my god, this camera. Anyway, just gonna leave it at that. You know what? Leave it. I'm leaving it like it is right now. Thank you. Appreciate it. I do what I can. So, okay, let's see. Well, actually, I have to give it a chance, enough time to see if it's good or not. Like, you don't want the ink to be super runny. In reality, you want to have a little bit of grit to it, which is counterintuitive, but that's what you want. So you can build it up as you go over it. So what I'm talking about is that you sort of want to control the amount of ink you're putting on the paper at all times. If you cannot control that, then it's not good. No bueno for you. Um, come on. Maybe this is too extreme. See, it's just stays there all of a sudden. Well, let me see that. I think I prefer this than the other extreme because sometimes you just decides to do this and then all of a sudden just jumps into full on. You know, there's some of this have like a plastic thing that they put on top of the tip. Maybe I removed it already, or maybe it wasn't there ever. Oh, it's a different type of ink. I'm sure of it. Oh yeah. Well, if you're watching my stream, feel free to let me know if you would like for me to focus on something else for future streams because yeah, I don't know. I've been drawing what I want, uh, but maybe I should switch it up a little bit and do what you all want. Like if I have a few usernames there that I've been considering for like drawing pictures of followers and on, so forth. Maybe that could be an option. I don't know. Just trying to get monetized, you guys. I've been doing this for quite some time. Uh, yeah. If you think there's something you need actual assistant with, like oh, I don't know how to do, I don't know, certain thing about a drawing or something in the creative field that you know I could probably help with, I could consider making a video about it, and hopefully it could help other people and potentially get some views that way. At least that's how I think about it, and we're actually encouraged to do so. So yeah, I don't know. If you think about something along those lines, let me know. Also, don't feel intimidated to comment or to chat if you want to. Was definitely one that wasn't that much into the social media stuff, but now I'm getting more accustomed to this whole experience. How to draw a butterfly? But what do you mean? Do you want to draw like a realistic butterfly or a mantis? Like realistic or cartoony? Cartoony is super simple. Realistic is a different beast. Or realistic? Okay. Well, I don't know if you know like um what's his name? Uh, Feng Zhu. I mean, give me a second. Give me 1 second. This is one of the things I bought. Just looking for some. Come on, just cooperate with me. There you go. Alright, gotcha. Gotcha. Alright. Guess I can pause this for a second. So, let's see if I still got this. Depends on how technical you want to make it, but what I was going for was the Feng Zhu approach to things. Like, let's say you want to draw a butterfly. So, this would be your point of your, the point of perspective would be like really far, but you kind of get the idea. So let me look for a reference because I was gonna just start making up the amount of pause it has. Butterfly. There you go. So it has 6. Cool. Cool. So let's just look at it here. Butterfly. Uh, uh, uh. Why are you not typing? Oh, well, that's weird. Oh, that's weird. Uh huh. Okay. So I guess, like, let's say this one. They do have like two separate. It kind of look creepy in this angle, but come on. Well, they have two separate parts to the wings. So if I always I've talked about this in my channel about the box method. So let's say you project a box and the 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 half point would be like there, something like that, and you would have like this. This would be the front paws. This would be the back paws, and hopefully it turns out okay. But if I take into account floor to the lower part of the head of the butterfly, that you could draw it as a sphere, then you kind of sort of already have something to go for there. And I'm making it super technical, but you can make it less technical than what I'm doing. What I like about this approach, and that's why I mentioned Vengzu, is that you can turn it around for whatever you need. Like you can change this into whatever perspective you might need. So it works for. And now I'm realizing that you cannot see anything I'm doing, which is great, just perfect. Like usually, what happens to me? Let's bump the contrast. No. Brightness. No. White balance. Oh my god. This is. Let me see if it's something with the light. Did I change something about the light here? I shouldn't have. No, it's full. So bad. Okay. Gain. No, with gain just makes it worse. Exposure. It needs to be at 5. Oh my goodness. Come on, come on. If I bump the contrast. Maybe there? Hola. Okay. Well, I don't know if you can see that much about what I'm doing, but the idea is that I already have like the pause for the thing. So if it goes towards the middle, you just project. I think the body is also. Let's see from like this top view right here. Not the best example, but you can see. Yeah. Okay. So this is a monarch. Um, I don't remember where they travel to, but they have like one of the largest migrations in nature, and I think they start in California. It's a huge migration that they have. So yeah. Usually, I could be mistaken, but usually the awesome. Eh, oh, that's a good shot, like from the side. So you have that, and I think the muscles that move the, let's see to where, like the muscles that move the wings are like located there. It's not the best what I'm going to do, but I'm going to try. Wow. So should be like there or something. So this is probably where this starts. I'm realizing that I cut it off a little bit, but so if you have this sort of the eyes are like, I don't know, like an oval shape, and so does it look the same way? Oh, come on the monarch. No, see on the monarch. No, it's the same. There you go. Okay, just keep this reference here. So I'm trying to. Hello. I think it starts also here. So usually the body is separated. Like you have the way I think about insects in general is that you have, if I draw it from the side, you have three separate parts. It changes from insect to insect, but usually it's like you have the main structure for the body. In this case, it would be like the wings, like that. I'm doing a terrible representation of it, but come on. So you have that. Of course, if you want to get more into the details, you have to choose a specific type of butterfly, but you kind of get the idea. Like the simple way of sketching it, it would be something like this. But if you get into like the head shape, you can see that it has way more detail. So you have something like, looks like a Transformers or something, and you have this. And they have this. The mouth is actually like just a straw, a giant straw. I don't know. They're beautiful from afar, but when if you get really close to one, they're freakish. They're really freakish, to me at least. Like, oh my god. So in that same vein, it works the same way with mantis. By the way, the other day I saw a freaking mantis that is like, uh, I don't know, it mimics like orchids or something. It's so, that thing looks like a freaking alien. It's so weird. So I guess you can see what I'm getting to. So this would be like from the side, and this would be like three quarter type deal. I might be mistaken because it usually has like three separate breaks on the legs, maybe sometimes even more. So let's say something like maybe it goes down and it has another break, and you can have this sort of, I don't know if what I'm doing helps, but at least this is the way I approach drawing certain things. I got used to rotating things in my mind because like my main, like the thing that I started with was sculpting. So that's, I think about whatever I'm drawing in three dimensions usually, which is an important thing to have. So I'm just trying to replicate the same detail onto the other paws, the other, yeah, I would say paws. I don't know, legs, extremities, sort of. So that would be part of it, and it has this sort of. And they must have like really strong muscles to hold that. And I'm guessing it's like a bunch of. And you, if I project the the backside, it'll be something like that. Does it make sense? I hope it does. Like I'm generally trying to make something helpful. Cool. Good to hear. So yeah, that'll be like quick way to think about how to draw a butterfly, I guess. Um, so if I were to break it down further, let's see if I can actually do that. I'm trying to add details to this. Not the best, but and it has this like spots. So if I try to break it down, I went super fast on this, but basically I laid the floor first. I divided that into two, and that gives me the point where I start the paws, the front and the back, and where I'm going to place the head. I just project that line upwards to the point where I want the head to be at, and the same goes with the back side of the butterfly or whatever object you're trying to draw. Um, but then I just place the sphere where the head should be, I guess, and from that it's like the it's a cylinder that makes up the body, if it makes sense. And then you have another cylinder of sorts that makes up the backside of the butterfly. the legs are an extension of that. So they usually, I cannot see the details, but they usually extrude from below the insect and then like go upwards, and then you have like something like that, and then it's just like the leg that has a bunch of separate uh, I don't know, like that part, that last part is where you get the movement they have on their little legs, and they have kind of the same on the joints, similar, because they have exoskeletons. You can sort of see it on there, and actually maybe this would be like longer. So something like that, and well, if you think of the wings, it would be like a. What I'm getting wrong here is the scale. The wings are actually way bigger than what I just made here. Oh, thank you. Glad you like it. Um, yeah, that's what I was I've been mentioning the entire time. That if you guys want me to demo something for you, I can do that. And yeah, it doesn't take me. Like the whole idea is for me to help you, uh, if I can. The wings, if you want, you can think about it like triangles or planes of sorts. So you would have like one plane here, and the other one goes below it, and the same goes for this one. So just giant planes, and the other one extrudes from. Well, hopefully that kind of gives you an idea. I'm not the first to draw like this. This is one of the ways they taught me how to draw like technical stuff. But you can apply that to anything. So you just have to break stuff down into basic shapes like a sphere, cones, uh, squares, and cubes rather, that sort of thing. You think about objects that way, you can get three dimensions fairly easy. Um, so I don't particularly like the other ones, but I'm going to try to do like I don't really like what's the name of the other one? Praying mantis. It freaked me out. Ugh, Jesus, they're so freakish. It's kind of this European praying mantis. Oh my god, they freaked me out so much. There's this movie. Uh, there's a bunch of shows where the praying mantis. Ugh. Oh, that freaked me out. Like I'm looking at it and it gives me the creeps. Jesus, and they grow so large. Like those things are to me they're creepy, really creepy, really. Let's try to draw one, I guess. Um, let's see. So, kind of in the same vein, like if you have um, a plane, I'm just gonna demo here a little bit. So think about the points of contact. Ugh. I don't really. I've seen a few and they freak me out and they bite. Ugh. Like there's footage of them like eating birds and stuff. They freak me out. They really do. Um, which it's funny because my mom really doesn't like. Um there, there's a type of grasshopper that's really large in Venezuela and it's all around. Uh, they're very large and she's always been like freaked out by them. And ironically, this has kind of the same vibe. They're all green and super giant. Yeah, I don't know. Well, my mom would laugh at me if I told her that these things freak me out. But these ones are actually they kill other creatures like grasshoppers. They just eat. They can bite you, but they're vegetarians. They don't eat anything else. Like imagine like what I'm talking about is there were a bunch of shows and where they show this freaking things gigantic and they always like the female is always larger than the males and they they kill the male when they breed. It's like a I don't know. They're they're freaking scary. Like I'm thinking about it, and just the idea of having one close, it just gives me really the creeps. So in the same vein, when I'm just, I guess I'll just go over it so you can see what I'm doing, and I guess I could in the same vein. Uh, this also has a structure body that the lower part is where the legs are located and in the same vein as with the butterflies the the paws sort of the legs do like this sort of thing that I'm referring to. So you have that. This would be like the lower part of the body and it seems like they have I'm drawing it and it yeah it doesn't get better. It freaks me out. They freak me out. Uh, so it's a three structure. It's probably the top part too. So they have that. So if I project the head would probably they're really tall. So the head would be like here or something. This sort of triangular shape head. And well this goes out of frame. So you would have like this small connector. They always repeat the same idea for the legs. So it's like you have that, then another one, then another one. In this case, it ends up on the on the killing the killing part of them. Let's see. So trying to get this right. Ugh, they're so freaky. They've really freaked me out. Ugh. So I'm trying not to get this part wrong. So it would be like something like that. This will probably be like this, and then you got the money shot there. So this is the area that they use to end other insects and living things with a freakish part. Well, part of the freakish part, because they're all freakish. They're, to me, these are just creepy, creepy crawlers. Anyway, let's see. That goes there. And that goes there. Like, it makes for a perfect villain for a movie, which that's what I'm referring to, because they have made them into villains a bunch of times in the past. They have. I'm just making these details up, but they have this sort of structure here. That's where the joints can come to connect the body. And yeah, like I'm also gonna kind of make this up because they freak me out. I don't want to get a close up on their face, but they have this weird jaws. It reminds me of the guy from the Space Phantom, Coast to Coast. The one of the host. Yeah, I don't. It's funny because it's with certain things like this freaks me out. Uh, but I can. It wasn't uncommon for me to like grab like frogs and so on. But this freaking things. Ugh. Maybe it's because I learn about like I like learning about animals, and when I figure out that they just kill their mates whenever they have the chance. They have like they do all sorts of creepy stuff. So I don't like them. I really don't. They there's certain creatures that freak you out. Like I was listening, there's this comedian that was talking about how his family went to like Hawaii, and apparently in Hawaii you don't have snakes, so they don't know what is to like be walking on the brush and not being all freaked out because there might be a snake there. Like evolutionary, like think about it. If you have never encountered a snake, it wouldn't freak you out if you first encounter one, or you're not freaking out beforehand. But if you know what they are, you already have like a visceral reaction to it. So I guess that's what I'm getting to. And there's different things that trigger different people. I guess this would be like one of them for me. So hopefully that helps. I don't know how much you're able to see what I just did, but yeah, from the side, like I just drew it, and then I'm just, like the idea of it, like freaks me out. Anyway, on the side would be like the head would be like an oval, then you have, I don't know, the top part of the body. If I'm getting this right, if you're gonna, if you want to get more detail, you can look like for anatomical views of it. Yeah, I think it's three parts. They're so freakish. Like, this gives me so many. That part it would be like and you have the legs here. Am I getting there right? No, the angle's wrong. So you get the paws are like triangular, and you get the so that would be, and you get this like the same shape thing. For an August birthday. They freak me out. I wouldn't want to catch one of them. I believe I've seen them, and they're like when they're not that big, they're fascinating to like they. You can see that they're smart, which is also freaky to me at least to think about like how. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully that helps you on your journey to drawing this creepy creatures. I don't know. Maybe not the best, but decent enough that you can sort of guesstimate what I did there. So I guess when I went off on a tangent on that, but hopefully some of y'all can find it useful. I do prefer the the butterfly though, way less creepy. Creepy, but not as creepy as the other ones. Um, yeah, right. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see. I just put this over here. Here you go. And meerkats. go back to my original plan. Normally, I don't do like warm ups, which maybe I should, but I never, like, not once. Like, the thing is, when was studying illustration, I lived like 2 hours away from, like, I had a commute, not 2 hours, to get to school. And by the time I got to that thing, like, first off, I had, like, my class started like at 7. So yeah, on the bus to the city, I was sleeping. So when I started in the morning, I was like in full auto. I wasn't really. I was like, just get to the point. What do we have to do today? What is required? What are we doing? Just cut to the chase. Like, there were a few instances where, like, the teacher wasn't, like, it wasn't at the school or something. It was late, and a bunch of my classmates were like, "Oh, let's sign a petition so we just leave and we don't see class today, so we get the day off." I was like, dude, like, today I only have one class and I had a 2 hour commute. If you want to leave, go ahead, leave. I'm not leaving just because you want to go sleep. It usually ended up being that we didn't see class anyways, but every now and then it was like, oh, here. The other thing was that it was an expensive school, so I wasn't about to, like, oh, I'm gonna skip class. Shit, what are you talking about, man? Like, this is way too expensive for me to throw it away. So yeah, I'm not skipping school for anyone. At least not in the in uni. In high school, sure. Like, there's a bunch of stuff I've never used from high school, but university is a little bit different. Maybe you could argue that I haven't used a bunch of stuff from there either, and I don't know. Maybe looking back, should have gotten like a engineer degree or something. Way more money in the engineer thing, or architecture. Nah, maybe not. But engineering, like civil engineering, you can get a job in a lot of places. Or, like, I don't know, what's the other one? Software engineering. That also, but I don't know. With AI rising, I wouldn't trust it, but they're trying to. Don't listen to me. Just rambling in the middle of the night. Strangers in the night. Anyway. Moonlight is in the sun. Does this reset? What is going on? Oh. Huh. Oh, it just starts. This is weird. Can I like clear the chat? Give me a second. Is it possible to clear it? I don't know. Huh. Never thought of it. Anyway. I do ask myself, what would have made me a little bit more successful in uncertain things? And I wonder how much of it is it on me and how much of it is just fortuitous fortune, right? Just plain luck, plain drop of the cards, can say. How much of what we experience it's exactly that. You don't believe in luck? I think there. What I mean by that is like if somebody like I wouldn't fully agree with it, but like nepo babies, what they call nepo babies. You could argue that they still have to put in the work, but they do have like a huge chunk of the work taking away from them. Like you already have your foot in the door, which is for a lot of people kind of the a really hard thing to achieve. Just get yourself to the door type thing. If it makes sense. Um, but yeah, I do think that a lot of things we were capable of doing. But there's certain things that there's just um, luck and a bunch of. I wouldn't say what I'll give to you is that I wouldn't say it's luck per se. It's like uh, just a statistical. thing that by chance rather than luck, you like, for example, migration wise, having my passport, yeah, even though I love my country, it's a little bit complicated because yeah, like they we have all sorts of controls over like, oh, you need a visa, you need a visa here, you need a visa here, it's like, dude, like all those visa requirements, like, are you all aware that that is by chance that you're actually a passport holder from the place where you're from, and you're enforcing that. So yeah, that's what I mean. So not everyone has the same chances in certain areas. Um, of course, it doesn't really, like, when somebody is really good at something, they're probably potentially gonna be able to push through whatever barrier society put in front of that person, most likely. Um, Having said that, there are certain things that make it super difficult for them to achieve. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like that's chance. Like the people that you have the great opportunity, or in other in the other side of the coin, the misfortune of running running up to, um, and I guess sometimes end up working for them, or uh, having to depend on a decision from them for whatever. That is like, so yeah, like a lot. I would agree with you that a lot of it is that we make our own uh, success in a lot of ways, but there's certainly people that have a kind of like an easier um, deck that that they get assigned. And I'm saying all this, and there's certainly people that think that, oh, you had all these opportunities, and what are you talking about? Like, yeah, but unless you, like, the only way for people to know what you've been through is like actually knowing what you've been through to achieve the things that you achieved, or the grief that you have to go through. So I wouldn't. That's why I mentioned the nepo babies, but I also give the caveat that I'm pretty sure they still have to work for it, regardless. Nobody, like, maybe they get their foot through the door, but that's not gonna keep them there. That's definitely true. That's not gonna keep you there. Like, if getting your foot through the door would be everything, that's a different thing. But yeah, they have to actually, unless they, I don't know, if their parents have all the money in the world, and they just made a business out of it, but that's a different thing. Like, I mean, like, working in a specific industry, you still have to put in the work. Otherwise, they're not gonna last potentially, I think. I could be wrong. Maybe it's naive of me to think that because maybe we're surrounded by nepo babies. But so I would say it's like a mixture of both. The A little bit of chance, like my grandfather. I remember growing up, and he would always like ask me, "What do you prefer to have?" Because he knew I was into drawing and painting and all that, and he's always been like this uh, self-made guy that uh, had to get out of a terrible situation economically, and that's the way he raises his family. And yeah, he did some really amazing things to overcome great adversity. uh, but he used to tell me, what do you prefer? Do you prefer luck or do you prefer talent? And yeah, yeah. With luck, you can get really far. With talent, gets you somewhere. It does get you somewhere. Not gonna argue against it, but you still need a little bit of luck. So he would. That's his way of making me think about those things. Well, thinking more about it, like in that idea of luck versus no luck, like self-made luck type of thing. If you find $1 million in a bag, is that luck? Is that good luck or is that bad luck? It depends, right? I don't know if I would. I would touch that. Because the potential for that to be a world of trouble, it's enormous. I'd probably just okay and just walk away. Leave it exactly as I found it. Yeah, exactly. It's the same idea. The same idea. Dirty diapers, walk away too. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants $1 million, but do you want $1 million where you don't know where it came from and who it actually belonged to? Not the smartest thing to use or get involved with. So yeah, I don't know. Luck or talent. I really think that you need a little bit of both. You can do a lot with a little bit of talent and a little bit of luck. If you only have talent and no luck, then you're well, you can get somewhere. I guess if you put a lot of work into it. It's funny that he has sort of a belly. I'm assuming it's a he. Yeah, made him with such a belly, but he has a belly. Okay. Yeah, just gonna pump the contrast there so you can sort of see what I did. Just keeps going back to I don't know. It reset. Of course you reset. You annoying. All right. Something like that. Let's hit OK and just gonna lock that. Hopefully. All right. Yeah. If you decided to join my stream, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. I have other stuff on my YouTube channel that you can check. I post this onto my YouTube channel. If you're watching this in the future, thank you. Appreciate it. Consider subscribing, hitting that like, hitting that bell, all of that good stuff. Also, if you want to check it out, I have my deck of cards that you can buy from my website, and you can also find it in certain places in my home country. But yeah, if you're outside, it's only in the US. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for watching. Uh, I stream Monday through Thursday now, and 9:30 p.m. is where I start. Uh, Argentina time, if you wanna check it out. Anyhow, thank you all for watching. I hope to see you next time. I'll be cutting the stream, so until next time, bye.